Hey Duncan, I came across your profile on LinkedIn. I saw you're the CTO of DovoCloud, and we are a company from India. We outsource software development, and we also sell hardware networking equipment. Can we schedule a meeting? I explain more about it, and I see if we can get a deal.
Not interested.
Where? Hi Duncan, just following up. Did you see my last email?
Hold fast. Where did you get my email from? The first place. I'm definitely spamming this one.
Email marketing still works. In fact, cold email marketing to be specific. In the B2B world, you can't actually survive without emails, because if you're selling to businesses, people in businesses exist in their emails. So you have to find a way to get into the inbox, into their email inboxes, right? And it's one of the channels, the marketing and sales channels, that has a very big ROI. Because one email can earn you like let's say $10,000 a month just from an email. Can imagine. You have to run how much would you spend on social media ads for you to get the same? I mean, it's like a lot. But how do we first acquire emails legally without also taking into account privacy? How do we not appear spamming? How do we write the emails correctly? How do we be relevant in those emails? How do we personalize? Where do you get emails of strangers? And let's say relevant strangers in this sense. You're targeting a product to a group, let's say CEOs, head of departments you're trying to sell an enterprise product or a certain type of product to companies or to whatever. It could be in whichever industry. You have a medical solution, you're trying to get into decision makers within the medical space. You have an education solution, you're trying to get influential people within the education space. You have you're in real estate, you're trying to get people within real estate. So that's a kind of prospects, the exploits that exist in email marketing. So where do we get this data? First things first, where do we get this data? Okay, all right. Hey guys, so today we decided to talk about the good, the bad, and the spammy world of email marketing.
Email marketing.
What we just did, we just tried to to imitate some of the emails we get. And some of the emails we ourselves have written when we started with email marketing. I mean, we are not saying this just to call out people, but it's just that people don't know how to do it, right? Because when you do email marketing properly, email marketing still works. In fact, cold email marketing to be specific. And it's a very data-driven tool that it's a data-driven methodology actually of channel actually.
A channel, yeah,
Platform, so to say, that can actually help you scale your business. Like in the B2B world, you can't actually survive without emails, because if you're selling to businesses, people in businesses exist in their emails. So you have to find a way to get into the inbox, into their email inboxes, right? So anyway, Dan, you can. What are your some 2 cents about email marketing as to get us started?
Yeah, I think as you said, if you're looking into scaling your business, I mean mostly in the B2B setup, emails are the sure way to get to the decision makers, because I mean there are so many other channels, as you said. I mean, emails being one of them. There is all this social media, but see, those others, you are like I mean, you are subject to I would say like algorithms. You're not sure whether anyone will even see your post or I mean, in whatever platform. But with I mean, with an email with an email message, you are sure, I mean, at least you are sure of landing into the inbox of this particular person you are targeting. Yeah, I mean, of course, if at all you will, I mean, you follow there are the guidelines of calls, there are those precautions you take, and I think that's why we are in this conversation. So I think mails are the best way to be sure to reach that particular prospect, that particular potential customer you're looking for.
So yeah, so as we've said, email marketing works, and it's one of the channels, the marketing and sales channels that has a very big ROI. Because one email can earn you like let's say $10,000 a month just from an email. You can imagine. You have to run how much would you spend on social media ads for you to get the same? I mean, it's like a lot. Number two, with emails, you're mostly targeting high ticket kind of sales deals. So its ROI is very
The
high.
ROI is very high. Yeah.
But how do we first acquire emails legally without, also taking into account privacy? You understand? How do we not appear spammy? How do we write the emails correctly? How do we be relevant in those emails? How do we personalize? Those are some of the issues we'll be discussing today. I know we've all received those emails where get 100%, redeem $1,000, click and redeem $1,000. All
Free credits, so many.
exactly like all those junk and con-like type of emails. But I mean, that's the ugly side of it. Now, first things first. The first thing is it's called email. So we are not talking of where people have subscribed into, it's a subscribed list. That one is
not a- it's not a-
people, it's not a newsletter subscription. It's you talking to strangers through email. So where do you get emails of strangers? And let's say relevant strangers in this sense. You're targeting a product to a group, let's say CEOs, head of departments you're trying to sell an enterprise product or a certain type of product to companies or to whatever. It could be in whichever industry. You have a medical solution, you're trying to get into, decision makers within the medical space. You have an education solution, you're trying to get influential people within the education space. You have, you're in real estate, you're trying to get, people within real estate. So that's a kind of prospects, the exploits that exist in email marketing. So where do we get this data? First things first, where do we get this data, Duncan?
Yeah, I think, currently there are, many, we call them databases where you are able to retrieve this data, get this data legally. And the best part of it, for example, we have Lucia. You're able to get not just like dumped kind of database. You're able to customize it and get, let's say, as you mentioned, that your product is mainly you want to target a certain industry or a certain title in that particular industry or in a company. You are able to filter that data and get the exact data set which you want to prospect and send the emails to. So because by doing that, you are narrowing down to make sure at least you are, as long as, as much as we said that you are sure your email will land into the inbox, we are also now trying to make it even land into the correct inbox, because maybe if your product will majorly be used by let's say head of marketing in a particular company, and then maybe you get the email address of let's say the digital marketer. So see, the digital marketer is not the decision maker in that particular setup. So if you filter your way and find the email address of the head of marketing, you are more likely to get to even close the deal faster. So, and that's why these databases really help in making sure that you are getting the correct data sets for that particular scenario. So I said Lucia, I know you've used Apollo. I mean, they really give you a good way of preparing your campaigns. And also, I mean, they also give you the ability to set up the whole campaign, track. I mean, but that one I think it's coming to, I mean, a later discussion. So yeah,
So yeah, you
so some
say
of the
I
two
think one of the
major,
big
yeah,
ones when you talk of email databases, it's a whole industry.
yeah, for sure.
Data is a product. We have of course the very high enterprise one like Zoom Info,
Yeah, Lumen is
but
also,
Zoom Info I think most businesses would not really afford it, and the quality of data I don't think is really
yeah, the quality
all
also is
that
key. Yeah, yeah.
compared to Apollo. So Apollo, I think, has emerged as a really key player, especially for SMEs, small and medium-sized businesses. So, and Apollo, how do you use Apollo? You sign up, you log in, get to segment your list, either companies or people. You can segment companies, and then from there, it depends whether you want to go one to many or one to one. One to one, I mean, it's me Joseph trying to just this company, and I want to contact somebody specific, trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
match my product with this
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
title.
Yeah.
So Apollo provides you different attributes that you can segment people according to title, their function, industry, company size, which is the other one, intent, the technology they use, the revenue of the company. Like you can really narrow the location
Location, yeah, the
and all that.
geographical
Because I
location.
mean,
Yeah,
like if you're in Kenya, of course and it's a product you want
yeah, yeah.
if you're targeting Kenya, you want data for emails for people in Kenya. If it's in the US, if it's in the whichever other country, UK, you want to segment. If you're going global, also you still need to segment within just for tracking. I have done both one to many and one to one.
To one.
I think one to many, how do I say? It works. I think both works, but it depends with the type of product. One to many, it's more of a generalized solution, which you're just trying to you're selling a software for even let's say customer service.
Customer service, which
So
is,
you just want to target head of customer service. So it doesn't matter whether they have an existing software or they don't have. You're just trying to to cast it. But you want to maybe be very specific to confirm whether they have a pain point, and because you want to squeeze more. So you first want to confirm they have a pain point. So you research the company,
the company.
and then you get to say, I want to start with. I'll email this person first to see if they give me audience, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll email this person. So it's more of one to one until like you get to penetrate into the company. You get a meeting, you get a reply, you get a meeting, and all that. But in a nutshell, with Apollo, we've said sign up, sign in, segment your list, but also you need to configure your
Your
mailboxes, and you
mailbox.
need to configure a couple of things so that you can be able to set up your sequences, and you're good to go. And I think Dan, you'll come to that to the later setting up your mailboxes
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that your
What is
emails don't
required,
go to
yeah.
spam. There is a bit of technical configuration that goes in there, but anyway, um, we've talked of the where to find emails. Number two, where do we go next? How do we write? It's the writing. It's a copywriting now.
The crafting of
How
the
do you write
message.
emails that don't sound? You didn't research about me. It's not relevant. It's not even personalized. It's not somebody telling me to redeem $1,000 feels like those Nigerian. Oh, sorry. I'm trying. I'm going personal. Nigerians are. No, I don't want to say all of them, but they are known for some of these, funny traits. So yeah, you don't want to assume it's fraudsters, or you don't want to appear like a fraudster, and all that. So how do you write emails that are relatable? Copywriting 101.
Copywriting. One,
I
one.
should go first.
You could go for, I mean, because you are.
So copywriting I'll just give an example of some of the copies I've written. The best way is you have to identify the pain point, solution, Call to action. The first email call to action is it should be soft. So highlight, research them, get them the problem, highlight it in the email. It's first thing. Hi so and so. I research your company and found this. State it. We do this and this to help you. Is it worth? Is it worth? Is it worth a chat? Sounds interesting. That's a call to action. Don't ask for a meeting. That's too much. You're asking too much too soon. You know, it's like you're owing a lady. You want sex on the first date. I mean, so yeah, and then the title, make it short, 2-3 words at most. You can mention the company and then the value proposition you're giving. You could just, it could be the value proposition, you know, like Dove Cloud growth, grow your revenue, increase your sales. That could be title. Get your insurance. Get your insurance today. Have insurance. You know, questions also work well for titles. Even within the email copy, questions work well. Make it short. Also, that's another rule. Don't use too many words. Number 2, use short sentences. Use basic English, like the ones that a kid would understand. Don't use vocabulary, colloquial. Nobody cares about that. They need to understand what you're trying to solve for them. Simple. And you're only optimizing for a reply. First things first. So don't complicate things. It's simple, straightforward. Then from there, build your case as you go. Once they have given the audience, then build your case, right? If it's the momentum is not there, you can also just follow up on a person so much. Don't appear desperate. You know, in the follow-up emails, don't sound desperate. Don't say I'm following. That's the F word. Don't use F word in your copywriting. There's arrow. Don't use any F word. Following up. Which is the other one? I was just following up. I mean, so what? Right? So anyway, what are your comments on copywriting? I know you've also done a bit of copywriting.
I think, I mean, beyond what you've mentioned, that is on the structure, the tone of the message, I think also now it matters. Of course, you don't, I mean, how you present the message. I mean, even things as small as, I mean, they are small, but I think even the font you choose too. Because you are sending out an email to a stranger, so you don't have to use like maybe things like in the font color. I mean, I've received some of those mails. Some are even in red, others are in blue, in very bright colors, or very fancy font. So it has to be a very standard, a very presentable form of a message at the end of the day. You also mentioned that you don't want to have, maybe like links in between the message, which are not necessary. I mean, it's the first message, so you don't have to. And if it's a maybe I mean, a follow up, but don't use the F word. I mean, again, if it's a follow up after maybe the first stages, make sure that you also don't include so many links again. And if it's a link, also make the link a bit also personalized. I've received because I mean even the links you put on your on your message also really determine whether your email even will go to the inbox. I mean, I've seen people use just they copy paste a very long link from or even a funny UTM. A UTM URL, so they're just pasting it on an email body, and it looks very funny. So you have to really put your things in order. If it's a long link you're trying to share, try and shorten it. There's so many ways of shortening and making the link look very clean. Doesn't look spammy. So I mean, so many things go, but at least make sure that if you are the one who's receiving this kind of a message, you do first even open it or read through it. So make it very very personalized, make the person feel not. They have to feel that you really, care about them, their privacy, how they feel. It has to be very humanized. Yeah. So
All right, all right. For email marketing to work properly, we are not just using Apollo.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's a whole range of toolkit configurations that come with configurations.
It's all.
There's a couple of other things that we will need to factor in, not just Apollo. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
database,
It's a
one of the
DB.
tools. Which other tools are we looking at?
Yeah, of course. We were saying that Apollo is like a database, the source of the data. No, beyond that, Apollo won't enable you to, won't take care of your how your emails will be delivered to your prospects.
Technically, from a technical perspective.
Yeah, so you have to consider how reputation of your
Domain.
inbox, and that's where now the bulk email providers come in. The ones who enable you to relay your messages, your emails without them appearing
Spam.
as spammy. Make sure that they land in the inboxes. So we have providers such as we have SendGrid, which is very a bit good at ensuring that your mailbox is authenticated. Of course, so a few things come in when it comes to things like SendGrid. So just a brief on what you need to set up. There is one not, the acronyms, but we'll of course come back to discuss them in a more extensive manner. You need to set up your SPF, that is Sender Policy Framework, to make sure that your emails don't get relayed to the spam. That's a very basic setup. The next thing you need to also do is your authenticating your domain, making sure that your domain is not also seen as a spammer across the servers. And basically what SendGrid does is like tries to present your one. Of course, your mailbox is like the user who is sending this particular message. Then now that is now, because we are talking about sending a business email, so you are using a business domain. So SendGrid enables you to maintain your authenticity as a sender. A sender is just like the inbox. Then now beyond that we have the DMARC, but DMARC is usually used like it's like the the fallback. If SPF is not working and DKM does not work, then now DMARC comes in to now act as a backup. It's not really a compulsory setup, but it's also a very recommended, so that you can be able to make sure that you are 100% sure that your email will land into the inbox. Then, of course, beyond that, we also have now definitely, of course, authenticating your domain again, making sure that you have the right you have the right credentials to send a bulk message, because you are trying to shoot into like strangers. It's not like an internal kind of a communication. So your domain has to be validated to be able to send the bulk campaigns. Now, beyond that, of course, we have things like now for tracking again. You also have to see how your email is, how your campaign is performing. Of course, you could do it both using the main database, of course. But if you want to really know exactly what is not working, like maybe if is your domain probably, is your inbox probably getting blocked by a certain server, you're able to see all those details in the bulk email provider. That is, in this case, I'm just using SendGrid as an example. So there are also many other providers. We have Postmark, we have Mailchimp also as an API for sending bulk emails. Yeah, but at the end of the day, how you configure is what ensures that you're really optimizing for getting those emails landing in the inbox.
You mentioned some
Yeah.
very technical words, SPF, DMARC. What are those?
So SPF is Center Policy Framework. So Center Policy is like how do I put it in a layman's? Center Policy is like it's like the traditional messenger who you used to give a physical envelope to deliver to
Because
to
I
the
know
destination.
why I'm asking, because There are
It's
people who
very
are not techies, but
yeah.
salespeople are not techies, and mostly it's
Yeah, mostly. I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
So
that's why I'm saying, because I know that falls in the bigger DNS.
it's a bigger DNF
That's a DNS configuration,
configuration. Yeah,
and
the
I mean, I
DNS
would see
themselves.
DNS as a tool on its own because it
Yeah,
comes with a domain,
yeah. So
right? So it's where are you configuring? So you've said you can configure that on SendGrid.
on SendGrid, yeah, on SendGrid, yeah, on
Ah,
SendGrid,
okay,
yeah, on
okay, I
SendGrid,
see,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah, on SendGrid.
So, but then there's email, there's the database providers like Apollo. We need to separate. There's the domain, which comes with the DNS
Actually,
records.
there are three
There's
things. Yeah,
the email
email
providers. We are
provider.
talking of
It
Zoho,
could be Zoho, it could be Gmail,
Gmail, there's Microsoft, there is all manner of providers out
the
there.
custom one, those MTP. Yeah, there are so
SendGrid
many.
is more of an intermediary
Yeah, yeah.
API. So you need to set up all those tools. Of course, this is a short. We're just trying to give you. You can see us for more details on this
Yeah, yeah. It's a very broad
and how to
topic.
do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I hope it haven't
In a
lost you.
nutshell.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not very. It's not hard from where we sit. You can set that up on your own. You can go to YouTube, just check how to set up some of the tools
And actually,
mentioned here.
they even usually try and guide you as
Or
you.
just go read the
Yeah,
documentation.
they give you.
Nobody
It's
reads
very straightforward.
documentations, but
Yeah,
just go read documentations on those
yeah,
on
yeah.
those tools.
They give you very easy to follow
Yeah,
steps. Yeah,
it's a DIY kind of a
yeah, yeah.
setup.
Process. Yeah.
But we know DIY is not DIY
It's
always.
never.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so anyway, any other things that of importance when it comes to email marketing? Which other things to note? Oh, you need to track now. When you said you need to
Yeah.
track
Yeah,
your
yeah, I think the
performance,
tracking,
track the opens, track the reply rates,
the bounces
track
also.
the bounces, track the clicks,
The clicks. Yeah, yeah.
track the meetings booked.
Yeah,
I know
that's the meeting.
that's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They say actually like most of people doing email marketing don't even get more than 10% open rate.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's terrible out there. People are doing badly. People are just scoring is in email marketing. But it's a very powerful tool. So if you can put some effort and get to know how to do it properly, and you will not regret. For us, we've seen its power. We've made some of our best clients through email, made very good relationships and connections and network. So try it today. I think it's gonna be a game changer for you in your business and even in your personal life. I mean, we live in a very connected world. Take advantage of it. Email is one of the tools, just like social media.